shut y'all video off. But we're here. I just want to start it off with, do y'all have any questions about the book? First off, like, what do y'all like about the book? What y'all can't stand about the book? Like, what is going on with the book? Like, is it helping you? Do you not know how it like help us understand how y'all view the book, because that'll help us, be able to communicate to y'all more effectively. Y'all have any trouble with hearing me right now? Everything cool?
No problem. I can
Okay.
hear you loud and clear.
All right, cool.
The book is really concise for me. Like it's straight to the point. Mm-hmm. And that's what's easy for me. That's what I like about it. It's straight to the point.
What I'll say about the book, especially as one of the authors, is that it works. It really changed my entire life. From a year ago, this book hasn't even been out a year, but it definitely changes the dynamics. You can manifest anything that you're truly looking for through this method. This works for small things, it works for big things, but it definitely works for connecting to your subconscious mind, for being able to develop that ultimate power that you want, that confidence that you're looking for in your waking life. You can do that through manipulating your matrix and using this book in kind of as a dream journal or a guide.
So what we'll do in this presentation is bring up some things within the book. We'll talk about it, and then we'll open the floor up for questions. So y'all know me. Whenever we get on these Zooms and we talk, the way that I find value is if y'all ask questions. We gonna be talking, but hopefully to gauge whether y'all listening is if y'all got questions. Ain't no bad questions, ain't no stupid questions, because this is your subconscious mind. This is your power to program it. So if you're not all the way clear, it's not on us. Uh, Not in a mean way, but in the most encouraging way possible. Ask questions. We got this whole Slack, private messages. SheReigns answer, Hondro answer, I'll answer. You know what I'm saying? We need questions. We need feedback. So that's kind of why we're doing this Zoom. It's not one of these type of situations where y'all just gonna be listening to us. Hopefully, you know, 3 months down the line, y'all can run this meeting and we can fall back and just listen to y'all run it. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't get there, if everybody kind of being passive, and what I mean by passive is just not asking a question. So just wanted to put that out there.
Definitely. Okay. So where should we start? You want to start with why the moon?
Sure.
Hunter, you want to explain why we chose to utilize the moon for the book?
Well, we chose to utilize the moon because everybody knows the sun sign. Born, you know what day you're born. You pretty much know the sun. It's our actions, and well, we spend a lot of time focused on trying to act and trying to be our sun sign, and not we at the time no one was paying attention to just the moon itself, and the moon really rules your waters. The moon rules the tides. So if we're made up of 60-70% of fluid, then that fluid in our body is moon ruled. So it puts a bigger focus towards the subconscious. And we were trying to change a lot of things that we had going on in our subconscious. So the moon is how you change the subconscious. So that's why our focus is.
What would you say is the reason why you think we chose the moon?
I think we was kind of just being random and just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what it stick, and it stuck. However, we kind of continued to do our research, and that allowed us to kind of get to the like, because we dealt with a lot of shit in this book, like
Mm.
melatonin, lucid dreaming, all of these things that people is like really, really interested in, like how to manifest, attraction, all of these things that a person would really, really want to know how to do, but we figured out how to do it because there is no obstruction. Like a lot of times where we deal with stuff and it's like during the day, I'm writing my intentions down. I'm doing my manifestations, all of this stuff during the day, and it might work, it might not work. But for me, this book is like a direct. I don't open this book until it's dark. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting excited. People sleeping and stuff. Let me just calm down. That's how it be though. Emotional, right? Just able to just kind of control the narrative of my life. And we here bear witness. I think we had to experience the moon as opposed to write
Mm-hmm.
about it. So the cool thing about this book is that we work through this book but actually live with the manifestations, and we're going to continue to work through this book because it's just like that. I write in my book every night and my life changes every day.
Right.
Every day is getting better and better. I'm writing more and more in my book, and I'm not doing too much else. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's the proof is in the pudding. I can talk about this shit all day, and let's get it. That's why for me.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you both. I know that the moon provides that connection to the subconscious mind. I know that just by tapping into that energy or tapping into that understanding of what your subconscious mind is and how it works to program your waking life, just by understanding that simple science and then working with it, using the moon, using the elements, the things that are here that have been here. Um, it's the fastest way, honestly, to manipulate your matrix.
Hmm. Not even a lie. Not even a
Yeah.
lie. So, in what modalities, like say you working through the book, right? What are you trying to do? You know how people always want like all right, what is this for? So what would you say, Sheree, Hancho, like what would you be trying to do, or like what is the purpose of this book in y'all opinion?
I feel like the purpose of this book is to develop self-discipline. This one is afraid of the book now, talking about it work. That changed my whole life. That shook up everything. Everything is different. I don't know if I want to do it again. But it does change your life, but it creates a certain set that self-discipline. You made a decision, you decided you wanted to do those things, and now life is moving and shifting for you. Now you have to adjust, you have to learn to continue to appreciate the things that you asked for. This is where the discipline is created. This is where the appreciation for the work that you put in. So he's a bit more afraid, but I think it develops
I
self-discipline.
hear the Jumanji
Hey, it's real though. It's real. It was a lot of these stuff was like pipe dreams for me. Like today is a pipe dream for me. A lot of this, like I would never imagine it. So much in the spiritual conscious community, right? I was trying to manifest and trying to figure this shit out, all the time, just trying to everything, listening to everybody, doing every fucking thing that, is under the sun. And now I'm to a point where it's like, okay, this actually works, versus, trying to figure it out. So once you find something that works, I think is natural to want to share, to want to talk about it, to have builds. But this is an indication that like I know we can build a whole school on this book alone. We just got to get people to understand it like we understand it. So that's kind of what these zooms is about. But we'll be doing these zooms every single Monday. So if y'all can't read on top of y'all, join the Slack because that's where all of the people that are on this live joined and can conversate 24/7 if you want. You know what I'm saying? So we all can have these conversations and we could all manifest. So it's not just us three having a conversation. I really want all of us to have, we manifesting, and not like in a realm of like going back and forth. Do it work like this? Hold on, but what if you do it like hold on, you know how conscious niggas like to argue all the fucking time, you know what I'm saying? So beyond that, us coming to a consensus of, we all got different ways to manifest, but we all using the same system, and it's beautiful to me.
I agree. I agree. A basic system that works for everyone, and this is where you can um, incorporate your personal touches.
Yeah.
The book is just a guide. It's an outline. It's really a workbook that you work through. That you are meant. It's meant for you to personalize it. It's meant for you to add your own meaning. Record your dreams. Record what specific things mean to you and for you.
Mm.
It's not a book that gives you direct instructions. It's a lot of leeway there for you to really explore yourself, how you wish to work with the moon and the elements. We mentioned the days of the week. We mentioned the
The different type of moves from the Mayan calendar.
exactly.
Let's
The different type of moons. We mentioned the chakra system and how to utilize that within your practices. This is all of these things, all these ancient sciences, all of these. Yeah, astrology is in there, but all these different forms of divination are important. We all need to learn them. We can utilize them at different aspects and different times of the day and throughout our lives. So it's
without
important to, have a workbook, but work with yourself.
and without it being overwhelming too, because all of that stuff you just said, if I'm gonna deal with it one on one, I'm gonna be all confused, like you're doing you're talking too much. Now it's just a simple system where you got the chakras in the days of the week, your moon phases, all in a easy to work through workbook. You know what I'm saying? And if you work, it works. But you gotta actually put in the work, meaning just simply setting your intentions. You know, how do y'all feel about dreaming in this actual aspect? Has this book helped you in the realms of kind of like dreaming and lucid dreaming? Because that's kind of what I've been using it for now, like mastering the art of lucid dreaming.
It's definitely helped me with my dreaming as far as I have that journal. I'm able to write things down and remember so much more. I practice my lucid dreaming, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's not the easiest thing for me. So it requires a little more practice.
Mhm.
But like just preparing for sleep and really remembering and being able to utilize and draw from the information that I receive, the nightly downloads, being able to prepare for that, I can say that through, you know, following the instructions of the book that we provided, you get that system down and it
Right,
works.
right.
I had trouble remembering my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to have the calendar there and the days of the week and writing down what my intentions are, it allows me to go back and see all of the things that I was thinking, all of the, maybe the daydreams that I may have had, and all the plans that I was putting. And when, as time progresses, be able to go back and review those things and see all the things that actually manifested.
I think that's the craziest part of the book. If I scale back 6 months ago, I'm damn near cringing and scary. Like damn,
That's what happens. That's what happens.
It's crazy. But it's real easy when you write it down. But it's so hard for people to do that for some reason. For some reason, it's a block between writing down what you want. Because
Mm.
it's power in that. So, but it's power in doing it at nighttime. So, like you said, SheReigns, it's not so about the dream, but more about controlling your subconscious mind. Whether you dream or not, you still have a level of power that I didn't have before I was actually had this idea of setting my attention at night, sleeping on it, and waking up and then experiencing it. Cause like I see in the chat, what if this is the dream, right? The waking life. What if the waking life is the dream? You know, and you sometimes people say, well, I don't remember my dreams, but like you remember yesterday? Like, yeah, I do. Was that a dream or was that real? You don't, it's hard to tell when you actually in the realm of manifesting because correct me if I'm wrong. Do it feel like a dream now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is
Right.
dream
Oh
light.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
This is definitely a dream.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't wake me up.
Oh, swear, man. All right, so let's try to move on, man. Let's try to deal with. Do we want to deal with the Let's talk about what's happening in the world and then related to the book because this is the hardest time, really. This is the first quarter moon. In the book, we call this reassessment, where we really define and redefine what it is we're trying to manifest. So how do that look like for y'all? Because I know for me, I gotta work harder. You know, I gotta get my ass up. I can't be lazy during this week, and I like to be lazy. So how is it working for y'all?
It definitely works in the way that you're saying. This is when you reassess, you have to look back at what intention you set during that new moon and see if you are willing to put in that work, if that's something that you really want to follow through with. Um, this is the time to paint a clearer picture of what you want to manifest. And you do that through planning and taking the action. Right. That's what we should be focused on with this first quarter moon.
How you handle first quarter moons, Hancho?
I'm with you, bro. Like I gotta work.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta work. I gotta put my goddamn head to the grindstone, bro. I gotta grind this shit out to the full moon. I can't slow down to the third quarter.
Right.
My relaxation, my harvest, just me having a fourth quarter moon on my natural moon sign. It's just that's the best time for me. So this is like the beginning. I gotta grind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like making sure that I really want what I say I want, and it could be a positive time. It's negative though for me if I don't know what I want. And a lot of times I struggle with not knowing what I want, mainly because I'm used to not having shit, right? So I'm more or less trying to get along to go along most of the time. So this book actually forces me to write down my intention and then now deal with the shit of okay, you said you wanted it. Now, is you really about that?
Right. This is what you got to do to get it.
Yeah, yeah. Do y'all have trouble with that, or y'all got that in spades? Am I the only one that have trouble with
Definitely.
figuring out what I want, like trying to imagine exactly what I want and trying to write it down in a space where
I have problems with that part.
Yeah,
Because one
'cause so
moment
much.
yeah, exactly.
Much.
Yeah. What I like to do actually, because I completely agree, Mage, is so much stuff that we want to manifest and achieve, and we want to do it in a short period of time. I like to create a list and just cross things off. Okay, this month we're working on this, working on this, working on this. RPMs, he mentioned that. The rapid planning
speak to that,
method.
speak to that, speak to that one time, Honcho.
Why y'all keep getting okay? Look, RPMs, man. This is Tony Robbins, man. Rapid planning method. It's just basically you write 3 objectives down daily or per week, and you just focus on 3 objectives. Like if you can accomplish
These three
these 3
things.
things daily, then by the end of the week, that's like 15 things. You know what I'm saying? Like you consistently do that as the weeks go, you start to become adapted to just accomplishing your own goals.
More along the lines of that self-discipline I was talking about.
Rapid planning method, just 3 things. That's it. Not even making it complicated. I gotta do this, this, and this. That's it. Let me knock that out. Focus on the next thing.
Yeah, keep a running list and go through things that work similarly. So if you're focused on self-love this month, make sure you got a list with all your tasks that you know will assist you in improving in those areas of life that you wish to focus on.
Yeah. I'm extremely practical. I do everything instead of talk about a lot of, you know, or plan. I just kind of like practice it. I think that's the best method to just practice every fucking thing.
Right. And so I guess what you saying to that, what can help people is that you don't know what you can get done until you write it down, right? That's the most practical thing that you could do. However, it's the most unreasonable thing you could do because it's not really logical to think that you can just simply write something down and manifest it. But all 3 of us are bear witness in our own individual way that no, you just need to write it at night before you go to sleep and really be consistent about it. And that's really how it works. And do you need our book to do that? No, but our book is clear and concise and it help you stay focused. If you just get a random ass notebook, like I got hella random ass notebooks, but I tend to focus in on this book because it helps me focus.
I smash notebooks, like,
yeah,
dude, smash them, and then go back months later and be like, damn, I wrote this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of shit be happening.
My kids like to take my notebooks and scribble shit all through the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it don't be worth it. You know what I'm saying? So they treat this one like the little Bible, so they don't mess with this one. So, yeah. But so let's talk about the cosmic moon, the moon phase that we in. Another cool thing about this book is that we channeled Mayan moon energy. We decided as a collective that we wasn't gonna do the regular schmegular. Oh, this is the such and such moon, this, that, and the third. We was gonna channel straight to the Mayan. So as a collective, we did research on identifying every Mayan moon. And of course, it might seem a little abstract, but if you have like a little Webster's dictionary or Google the words, make sense of it, because it's not to confuse you, it's to have you like really think higher of your actual ability. So if I tell you this higher echelon of spiritual realization and you can say, well, I ain't there yet, well, as a collective we all have an opportunity to grow. So that's kind of why we worded it the way that we worded it, and that's why we presented it the way that we presented it, so we could as a collective tap into more abstract concepts. I know for a fact we had conversations, and let's just say we met on this book every single day. That's another thing. Like we didn't take a day off. We crafted this book every single day, Sunday to Sunday. You know, we didn't take a day off because of nothing. You know, we were on a mission collectively to get this off. And I say that to say that we had to present information that even as a collective we didn't even have a full grasping of, but we had a direction for which we were going to take it. And this creates a level of us not being stagnant, and it also gives us a constant conversation. Like the concept that I had earlier was that we have as many conversations on this book as there are sands on every beach in the world. We can take these concepts and flip them, but indirect concept of this moon here is the cosmic moon. So I'm gonna have SheReigns or Honcho read more about the cosmic moon and just kind of simplify what I've been trying to say, but just trying to take this shit to a new level though.
We ain't got Mayan astrology for y'all ass.
Okay. So the cosmic moon, this particular moon that we're experiencing now, is a connection to the 4D. It's an upward spiral in elevation. So you're being provided with this type of energy. It is unlocking spiritual transcendence. Okay.
Connection to ascending evolutionary spiral, removing the appearance of the individual, and this is cosmic transcendence. This moon encourages you to step into a higher dimension through spiritual awareness. Sort of what Hood Mystic was saying. Taking our awareness and just elevating it to another space. None of us knowing of the Mayan calendar before. I mean, we all knew the Mayan calendar, but none of us having the science down. Actually having to integrate that. You continue to develop your spiritual energy technology and transcend old beliefs, emotional patterns, reactions, and mental blocks by focusing on the now.
Talk about the this here they mentioned beliefs. Talk about the Pluto and Jupiter.
Oh, the conjunction, going to the conjunction.
Lightly. Jupiter's.
Okay, Jupiter is your belief systems, and right now Jupiter and Pluto are conjunct. Jupiter and Pluto conjunct are conjunct exact right now in a retrograde. So collectively, we can all utilize the planet of belief and higher knowledge and expansion, and the planet of power, control, and transformation to utilize those two energies together and transform our belief systems by utilizing higher knowledge, higher systems, such as the things that we talk about in this book, and taking a practical step towards doing something different with our life.
It's not even logical that you're going to be an expert. It's logical to say, I'm new, I don't know anything, but I'm here to learn. And we're not the type of people to be like, look at us, we're like got an ego around it. We just trying to make sure that y'all can understand what we are trying to understand as a collective and then grow. I think spiritually where it gets stagnant is a whole bunch of fake ass leaders and a bunch of fake ass gurus that you can't even have a conversation with. Everybody that know me can bear witness that you can at the very least have a conversation with me. Honcho, at the very least, you can have a conversation. At the very least, you can have a conversation with SheReigns. Now, that's not to say that, that's good or bad, but I am saying is that if we're trying to teach, it makes it better for everyone involved if we're all on the same page, as opposed to y'all looking at us like we high and mighty, because it ain't the fact that we high and mighty, and we don't lose no sleep if you don't buy the book. We not here because we need the money from the book or nothing like that. We here strictly on manifesting your reality. And we personally tired of people coming to us. We have conversations in our personal business of people asking us how how we can help them manifest things and things of that nature. Well, here goes the book 2222. That's damn, and it's like it's not even the money, because you can take the 2222 and manifest $1 million. So what the hell was the 2220? We basically giving you the shit for free. And I know I'm not even trying to sound like a sales pitch. I'm just trying to tell you the real. I could say that you need this book, but hopefully when we come on here every Monday and the people that we have involved, they'll tell you it and not us telling it. So this is the whole point of this group. We just wanted to share, and we're going to come on here every Monday and share from this book. We're going to go into the phases of adding to this book, because this book has been revised twice already. Now we're in our third revision. Okay? So what does a revision mean? That means that we're elevating and are advancing our knowledge as we go. we all individually have collective energy. But when we come together, this is the most important thing for all three of us. And we've all said that. So what I'm telling you is that our knowledge and our building of this platform and building of this information is going to change the world. This is pretty sound, it's pretty concise, and now all we're trying to do is get everybody on board and everybody on one accord. Like, period. This is not no catch. It ain't no if you join the Slack, people will start, soliciting to you or something like that. There's no catch. It is what we said it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's much it for me. I'll leave it up for SheReigns and Honcho, but then from that we can go into the question and answer.
I just like to talk about next week. Next week, we're going to come on and we're going to talk about the days of the week. We'll explain a little bit more of that. We'll explain a little bit more about the chakras and how we're utilizing that as well. Did you have anything?
No, I'll be a negative review. If you don't want nothing, if you don't want to manipulate your matrix, don't fuck with this book.
Yeah.
Mess with this one. This ain't it. This ain't the one you want to mess with.
Yeah.
By this book, some shit might happen. You know what I mean?
If you want to argue with people on Facebook and Instagram about, Black Lives Matter and all of this shit, COVID-19 and stuff, stay away from this book, because this book will have you in a whole different realm. You'll be in a whole different country. You know what I'm saying? Just saying something completely different. You'll be owning land, and I mean, I'm not even, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be giving too much away, but this is a whole continuum of love, knowledge, ancestry, and it only works if we come together. It only works if we speak. So this is what it's for. If you on the sideline and you ain't contributing to the conversation, that's the problem. At this point, that's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
We need to come together. We need to have these conversations, but you can't get nothing from us. You're going to have to do the work. It's really simple, but, we're going to have to continue to explain it.
Yeah, develop your self-discipline, develop your ability to connect with others. I think that a lot of us are afraid to speak. I know that I am. I'm not a person to be on the internet really talking to anybody really about anything. I got my small group, but these gentlemen really helped me. And it's important to connect with others. A lot of us are very articulate. A lot of us own businesses.
Yes.
Have things that we can promote and do together. We can create that unity, that connection. Let's just get over ourselves, develop that self-discipline and that willingness to connect.
Well said.
Speak so well.
Do we have any questions from our Zoom mates? Anything that we said that triggered a question or a thought or a comment, or an expectation even, or desire? What's on your mind?
I have a quick question. Is there a way, I know the sleep meditation, so I record them, but is there a way that I'm able to loop it? Is there an app or something where I'm able to loop it so I can actually, it can continuously play instead of me having to sit there and try to repeat myself to extend the time? Because I don't have a way on my phone to loop it.
So I just figured this out. I had to spend $2, but I mean that's not a lot of money. I use this app called Think Up, and you can use the free version, and you can record up to 5 affirmations or whatever, and each one of them can be up to 3 minutes long. And then you record those 5 if you want to use the free version, and it will play it over and over again. Or you can set it to play for an hour, or you can set it to play for 4 hours,
or you can set it to stop never. And it has several different, like if you want background music, it has several different like instrumental type background music, rain sounds, stuff like that. Some of the stuff is only for the premium version, but the ones that are for free are good too. And so that's, if you record 3 affirmations, you can write them yourself, or they have prompts that you can read, and you can read it over and over for 3 minutes, and then like that. So I mean, 3 times 5, that's 15. So I mean, that's a lot of different stuff you can do just with the free one. So it's called Think Up. I'll show you what the little thumbnail looks like. See, I don't know if you can see this, but let me see. It's like, it's just Think Up, and it's like an orange background, and it has like you know what a new baby like sprout coming out of the ground looks like, and it's white. That's what it looks like. It's Think Up. So
Okay.
And I like it so far. It works really good.
That's really good. I make a lot of affirmations, so I'll definitely look into that. What else?
I have a question. So, and I just got my book a couple of days ago. So when I'm looking at, like, it says the new moon first week. So that means the day of the new moon starts the week and you count out 7 days, or is it just the week that the new moon falls in? Like, how do you do the demarcation lines for that?
We just did that week. So you kind of you usually feel the energy of the moon
2 to 3 days before and 2 to 3 days after. Yeah. Okay, so that's how your week runs. Okay.
Yeah. And I just do whatever week the moon, like, so you can see where the new moon is at. Whatever week that is, that's my new moon week, and I just run it off of that. Because it can get convoluted, because it's like 29 days, 31 days, and all of that. Just go with the flow of the weeks, and don't really be technical with it. Because the more technical you are, the more you thinking and throwing yourself off. It's more of like control and writing exact. You can freestyle in this book. Freestyle as much as you possibly your heart desire, because that's what I do, you know.
That's how we was able to formulate it, because that math was all messed up.
Exactly. You know, it throws us off kind of being Western educated. We want everything to be logical and to fit. But right now we discussed the first quarter moon week, because that is, and then you can look outside and just see the moon is in the first quarter moon phase. That's just what it is. Next week, you start to prepare for a full moon. Now you in your full moon week. But you want to catch it before and you want to catch it after. And that's why in the book, you see in the calendar, the moons is in the middle. Couple of days before, couple of days after, keep it moving. Don't be trying to keep track of the days of the month and all of that, because you'll be thrown off.
Okay, so just for instance, so the full moon is supposed to be like the 4th, the 5th of July. So just for a rough estimate, I can start on like the 1st of July and run into like the 8th, and that'll be like my week.
Yep. Exactly.
So that's 2 to 3 days before and 2 to 3 after. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
And we got a calendar. If it gets confusing to you, like, you can map it out before you get into the work. Yeah, before every month, it's a whole calendar that you can map out. You can write down the date, everything. Yeah, yep, that right there. Okay. Map it out. You can do it just like a calendar if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions? And it's cool. We can come right back. We'll be right back on Monday. We're not about to stop. And this thing is about to get crazy. Like we
Yeah,
about
just
to
to help
really
you.
go. We about to really go Hollywood on y'all. Like I'm not even gonna hold y'all. So we just trying to get everybody in on the ground level. Cause all it take at this point, Spirit done told me it's gonna be an instant. And all of our lives is gonna change. And I'm right here with y'all. And I'm just communicating to y'all like we just trying to change your life for the better. Without no gimmicks or no catch. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the same boat as y'all. But when I say that our lives is about to change, that's like saying that the motherfucking sky is blue. Okay? It's already in motion. So what are we gonna do? We gonna manipulate this matrix as a unit. And we all gonna have everything that we desire. Plus. Alright?
Down. And Phoenix Muse, is this your first time doing it too? She said yes.
She said yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was still on mute. Yes, it is
Yeah.
my first time.
Me too. And anybody else who's on here, if this is y'all first time and y'all feeling like y'all gonna need some extra support, because I know I feel like I need some extra support. We can meet as many times as y'all want. I'm always free at 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. So
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, us too. Definitely. I think that we should continue with more private Zooms. Everything won't be on live so that we can really talk.
yeah.
And this was kind of set the mood and let people know what we got going on. But other than that, I don't care. You know, I don't care. You here? You here? We good. Like that's all I care about. Like if you here, we good. So at your own peril, at your own risk, do what you got to do. But this is where it's at. Just tell them like this is where it's at.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
It's in the chat. Oh, just by the way, with the calendar days are based off the sun, and this is a lunar calendar thing. That's why the days are all weird. Do we have any questions in the chat? I can't really see the chat there.
Not really, just random things. You know, we got Prime in the chat, so
Okay, bet
it's
that.
covered.
Appreciate that, school. Always looking out,
Prime.
bro.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah, this was good, man, and we hit it right in our timing. So,
Yeah.
like, let's, you know, we ain't doing this no more. This was a one-off, so everything from here gonna be private. So it was nice talking to y'all, but we gonna sign out on YouTube.
See you.